Yeah, I mean, that's how it should be. That's how you build good character. That's how you build good teammates. If a guy can beat you out, you got to respect him. And I think when you have the respect for the guys that are playing ahead of you, and you got respect for your teammates, that just builds trust. And when you got trust on the team, you go a long way.
Does it kind of flash you back to your freshman year to see so many freshmen around the team? And then what have you seen from them?
Yeah, I just see so much skill. I see guys that they got a lot of room to grow, but as is every freshman. But I just see so much skill. Not many guys can try to be learning such a complex system and so much stuff, but also be able to get their game on. And you got guys like Jakari and CJ who are out there getting buckets on anybody. And you got Daniel and Raleigh down low, and then Jack who can shoot it from deep. It's a really good class. I'm excited to play with them. I'm excited to see what they all can bring to the table.
Does the inclusion of Jakari and CJ help you and Braden?
Definitely. CJ is very good ball handler, very good in the mid-range and passing, and then Jakari just does everything. I've been very impressed with him and how he guards, how he can score, and just he's a dog. He can guard anybody, and he can get up in your stuff, and he wants to win ball games.
For you, how did you go about getting better at stuff? What were the main focus points for you?
Yeah, working on my strength, my body. I think it's obvious, but just got to do that to get to the next level. Got to do that to make Purdue a better team. So just kind of getting in the gym, starting eating better, taking care of my body, and then working on my game, coming off more actions, coming off more ball screens, and then just being a better scorer and defender already.
Do you feel stronger on the court this year? Is it something that you kind of noticed that you just feel a little bit more like you're able to move a little bit better?
Yeah, stronger, better on balance. I don't get knocked around as much, and mentally stronger too. I know more what's going on, and now I can focus on how I can get ahead instead of figuring out what I got to do to be in the right spot.
How do you get ahead then?
Just I know what's going on more. I can see all the positions. I know all the plays. So doing stuff you've experienced and being in practices now for 2.5 years, it's you're kind of a step ahead. So just trying to use that to my advantage and also use it to my advantage for my teammates by talking to them.
Is that something that maybe would have happened? You started to see kind of happen your freshman and then into last year that you were getting ahead of the game a little bit?
Definitely. I think especially when you're playing so many games in the Big Ten season as well, that you start to pick up on things. You start to pick up on your scout. You start to pick up on how you can talk to the bigs, what they need to do better. But just kind of using that for my advantage and also being able to talk to my teammates and be a good leader.
And you, over the last 2 years, have you figured out how teams want to play you and what they're trying to take away from you as well?
Definitely. I mean, every now and then you'll see something strange. You'll see teams play weird zones or something. But for the most part, I think we've seen a lot, especially with Zach down low. We've seen all the post coverages we can see. We've seen all the ball screen coverages we could see. So now it's a matter of teaching them that and just being ready to go no matter what's thrown at us.
What did that Yukon game show you as far as physicality on the perimeter that you needed to get better at as a team?
Yeah, Yukon was a great team. They covered all the boxes and they executed exactly what they wanted to do. So we got a team that has a really good scout with Coach Hurley. He had a great game plan, and when they got the guys to go out and execute that, you gotta play a lot harder. You gotta play more physical, and ultimately you gotta play pretty good. And that just wasn't the case. So now we gotta go out and do all those boxes if we want to beat great teams.
What's it like not having Zach in there?
It's different. It's obviously a guy you can rely on a bad night to get 25 and 15. So just picking up all the energy. I think it's a guy that obviously was generational talent, scored so many points, did all that, but he brought energy every day, and he came to work every single day. So just getting the younger guys to really accept that and start realizing that's the norm around here, and we got to pick up on that.
I mean, he was the guy in the middle you could always go to, and everything evolves around him.
Yeah.
Now, I assume it'd be more spread out, different weapons and different situations. And how's that process kind of worked its way through the summer and now as you start official practice?
Yeah, that was a guy, he was always an outlet. You could always throw it to him if you were pressured. You could always throw it to him if he wasn't even open sometimes. So being more we got to execute better, set more screens to get more catches and get open more and open up lanes for drives, because he took up so much space and took up so many guys guarding him that there oftentimes wasn't lanes. Now there is. So just seeing how we can drive those and make plays for other guys.
When you came in here, obviously you and Braden were playing right away, and you're learning on the fly. For guys like Cam, who's set for pretty much the last 2 years, Miles, who's set last year, how much do you see the value in how they were used early in their careers?
Yeah, I think last year you kind of saw them step into roles where knock down shots and play good defense. And now we're going to need them to rebound. Now we're going to need them keep guarding, keep knocking down shots, and also being leaders. They got to talk more. We got to feel their presence out there just as much as the other team does. So just them stepping into more of a role and showing their skill, because obviously they're very skilled and athletic.
What's that chemistry like with you and Berg another year?
Yeah, it's as high as it could be. I think having 2-3 summers under our belts and 2 full seasons and one that went to the national championship, it's unlike anyone else in the country. So just us continuing to push each other, whether it's a good day, whether it's a bad day, or whether he makes shots, I make shots, he makes shots, I make shots. Just continue to push each other and get better.
What does that consistency in the backcourt do to help your bigs in the front court and all the possible combinations you could have?
Yeah, I just think the energy we bring, whether we had a good day or a bad day, we can always push each other. We can always push our bigs. We can always teach them stuff. I think when he's seen so many different ball coverages and he's so good with the ball that he can always teach somebody something. So just continuing to make sure he's talking to everybody.
Is there pressure with you 3 starters who returned this year, just leading a bunch of these new guys?
I wouldn't say it's pressure. I'd say it's opportunity to keep Purdue going. We've been at the mountaintop the last couple of years, so winning another Big Ten championship and making it back to a Final Four is our goal. So just continue to push each other and get there.
What's the biggest thing that you guys, you think, learned from Zach?
How you can show up every single day, and you could tell sometimes he had a bad day. That was maybe once or twice last year, and he'd show it on his face. But every other day he came. Every other day he'd get a rebound. Every other day he'd try to block shots and ultimately dunk the ball. But he came to work every single day.
What have you seen out of Will so far?
Will's been very impressive. His ability to screen and defend has been very good, and I think that how hard he plays. You see it in practice. He wants to play. He wants to be on the floor and help us win. So continue to push him. Make sure he's doing little things. He'll be out on the floor.
He's waited 2 years.
Yeah.
To be in this position.
Yeah, and obviously it's tough because you watch one of the best college basketball players of all time, and you think, man, I want to go play. But ultimately, Zach was what was best for Purdue. So he learned a lot from Zach. He's learned a lot from Coach B. So now just putting it all together, be able to go out and help us win.
How's he kind of developed in the pick and roll game with Braden, and how much can that be a factor for you guys?
Yeah,
this
I'd
year?
say his hands have gotten a lot better. He catches a lot of passes now, and he knows what to do with it rather than catching it and being frantic with it. So being decisive with it, knowing what he's doing and what he's got to do once he catches it.
Fletcher, how do you think the perception of this program has changed over the course of the last years nationally?
Yeah, it's always been a good program, but I think now it's as high as it can be. I think that we're in the conversations with everybody else. So just continue to push each other in practice, make sure we're doing the right work to be in that conversation, not just say we're there.
Awesome. Thanks, Fletcher. Appreciate it.